Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 people who make Bill Gates look poor. We all know those lists of the richest people in the world. Bill Gates always ranks number one with a net worth of $80 billion. But for reasons like secrecy or criminality, Forbes don't publish a lot of people. So here are the actual richest people in the world. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications and comment done for a shout out at the end of our next video. Coming in at number 10, we have Kim Jong-Un. This one may come as a surprise to a lot of you. We think of North Korean people as poor and starving because, well, they are. But that's not to say their leader is a fair man. Despite his country being so poor, Kim Jong-Un is super rich. Kim Jong-Un and his family own almost everything in the country, and it's estimated his assets are over $170 billion. He spends thousands every day on liquor, cheese, and designer cigarettes. He has his own mansion, yacht, ski resort, airport, golf courses, racehorse tracks, and hundreds more things at his disposal that he buys with North Korean money. The reason why he's not on Forbes lists is because most of North Korea's GDP comes from illegal things like black market trading and cybercrime. And in 2017, Kim apparently bought a collection of over 20,000 movies, including Rambo and Godzilla. For a guy who hates America, he sure loves Hollywood. Next up is Rothschilds. Now this is not a person but a family, but don't worry, many members of this family are far richer than Bill Gates. The family are known for their insane secrecy, which has led to a lot of conspiracies about them. Some say they're responsible for planning every historical event in order to make money. There is some evidence to support this, such as them funding many political activities all around the world. And they do hold a secret meeting called the Build-A-Bear meeting each year where they plan secret ways to make tons of money. That's Build-A-Bear, by the way, not Build a Bear. The family's net worth is said to be over $2 trillion. But believe it or not, they're only the second richest family in the world, so stay tuned. Next up is Muammar Gaddafi. Before he was overthrown, this guy was the evil leader of Libya. He had a lot of money thanks to his corruption. He was known for his mansions, his boats, and his infamous golden gun. He was parodied in the Sacha Baron Cohen movie The Dictator about a rich dictator who is crazy. And the movie was surprisingly accurate, even including the golden gun. Gaddafi was worth around $180 billion in 2011. And this wasn't exactly hard for him when he's in charge of the entire country, and anyone who says no to him can be taken out. He took money from the country and spent it on himself, secret banks, and investments all over the world. Even though he's now long gone and his family does have some of his wealth, billions of Gaddafi's dollars are still missing. Next up is the House of Saud. We still haven't got to the richest person in the world, but what we have looked at is the world's second richest family. Well, here is the world's richest family, the House of Saud. This is the royal family of Saudi Arabia, which is known for being crazy rich thanks to all of its oil and gas. As you may know, oil is crazy expensive. Just think about the last time you had to fill up your car. Well, that times millions for a few barrels of the stuff is going into this family's pockets. Their wealth is very secretive, and they don't like anyone knowing how much they really have, which explains why they're not on any Forbes lists. But the family net worth is likely in the range of $2 to $2.4 trillion. Despite them being secret about figures, they spend money lavishly on land, mansions, and supercars. If you thought Mo Vlogs was an Arab with a lot of cars, you should take a look at these guys. Coming up next is Bashar al-Assad. This is probably the most controversial politician right now. Assad, of course, is the dictator of Syria. Aside from causing a giant global issue surrounding Syria, he has also used the country like a piggy bank. He claims to only be worth $1.5 billion, but this is very wrong, and he only says this so it looks like he steals less. He's more likely worth $122 billion according to expert sources. Of course, he has this money hidden away in secret bank accounts in countries like Panama, but it's safe to say this is yet another dictator of a poor country living the rich life. Next up is Pablo Escobar. If you've seen the Netflix show Narcos, you'll know who Pablo Escobar is. He used to run the world's biggest cartel and at one point is believed to have been the richest man on earth. Of course, thanks to his criminality, he wasn't included on any Forbes lists. But he did have dozens of planes, mansions, and boats. He even had a zoo and airport in one of his houses. And he spent $2,500 a month just on rubber bands to keep his money in. At his peak, he was making $66 million a day, but will always give away 10% to his local community, which is why he was called Robin Hood. One winter when it got cold, he even burned $2 million in cash on a fire to keep his daughter warm. At the time he was big, his net worth was $155 billion, making him the world's richest man at that time. But don't worry, the real world's richest man is still coming up. Next up is HOSNI MUBARAK. This is yet another African dictator who used corruption to get rich. Like Gaddafi, Mubarak was also overthrown in 2011. He was president of Egypt from 1981 to 2011, corruptly of course. During this time of corruption, he saved a lot of money for himself, $70 billion in fact. But thanks to all of his corruption, he doesn't appear on any Forbes lists. He's 89 and is still living off that money today. However, in 2011, one insider told American media companies he's actually more likely worth upwards of $700 billion. But this can't be confirmed, so I'm gonna go with the 70 billion number for now. Next up is Ali Abdullah Saleh. Before we get to the richest man in the world, here's another rich Middle Eastern politician. He was the president of Yemen for 3 decades, obviously manipulating many polls. He was also removed from power in 2011, but this didn't stop him collecting billions to add to his personal fortune. He was known for his money and for his women, which he also reportedly paid to spend time with. He's estimated to have $126 billion stashed away in secret bank accounts. This of course makes the former prime minister of this poor country filthy stinking rich. Next up is Vladimir Putin. Now here is the richest man on the planet right now. He doesn't appear on the Forbes rich list, but he is number 1 on the Forbes most powerful people list. And with great power often comes great wealth, as we've already seen on this list. While Bill Gates' $80 billion is a large amount, it's nothing compared to Putin's $200 billion. Putin claims to have far less than this, but it was leaked he has billions stored away in Panamanian bank accounts. He has million-dollar watch collections, yachts, and mansions, so this really isn't a surprise. And thanks to all the Russian oligarchs paying Putin a ton of money, it's clear he has far more than the mere $2 billion he claims to have. So not only is Putin the world's most powerful person, he's also the world's richest. Coming up next is MANSA MUSA. So we've just covered the richest man in the world right now, but we're not done. That's right, there's one more. Now this guy isn't alive anymore, but he is the richest person of all time ever. He had a net worth of over $400 trillion, but you've likely never heard of him. He was the Sultan of the West African Empire, which was massive. As a result, he pretty much owned the entire of West Africa, which has a lot of land and resources. Sultans are also treated like kings, and MANSA behaved as such, living in one of the largest palaces ever created. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the most surprising secret billionaire. And guys, be sure to check out my brand new channel, The Crafty. It's got amazing videos I think you'll love, so head over there and subscribe. The shout out from last video is on screen right now, so be sure to comment to get your shout out next time. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.